My name is Bertus Basson. I'm a South African chef, restaurateur and entrepreneur. We have kids and they don't want to eat everything. My favorite kind of kids food is the kind of food I can cook for them but eat myself. And I also like eating kids' treats. So one of my favorite parts of having kids, a part of having kids, is the fact that they've got sweets and treats and chips and crisps in the cupboard all the time. But this little recipe is something you can make for your kids or for yourself. I always think of this as like a little hug from the inside. So if you've had a really shit day and you want to just have something delicious to eat, then this is where to start. Let me know later on what your kids like to eat and not eat, and maybe I can do some lessons. But let's start with this recipe. So, simple recipe of food-based ingredients. So we have got this over here, the very lekker, world-famous Kiri cheese. Very versatile, great on toast, and for this pasta dish, an essential. A bit of Parmesan cheese. Let's get the kids to experience umami from very early, and then a bit of butter and salt. And of course, we're not going to make Kiri's pasta without having letta macaroni or letta pasta. So, ooh la la, here we go. So, a cup of pasta, pot of boiling water, pasta goes in, we give it a good whack of salt, and we let that go. Now, we're going to cook this pasta until it's nice and soft. 8 to 10 minutes should do the job. Now this is where the magic starts. I'm going to keep a little bit of the pasta water back, and I'm also going to leave some of the pasta water in the pot when I strain these noodles. So off we go, a quick strain, and then we're back. So I've got like a little bit of pasta water left in the pot, and we go back on the heat. Now this is where the joy starts. We are slowly going to add a little box of Kiri cheese. Okay, it is just the most delicious thing. I think for this amount of pasta, I'm going to start with 3 blocks, but I can sort of really probably see 4 happening. And what's happening in the pot now is obviously the water's warm, and there's a bit of starch still left from the pasta and the pasta water. So all of that's going to start emulsifying with the fats from the cheese. And it's going to make this wonderful sort of little really light white coating that sits over the pasta. Yes, I'm going to be a bit greedy and do 4. I think, why not? Good stuff. And we just sort of stir this in. So we want the cheese to melt and the pasta to cook in the cheese, in the pasta water. And I just kept a little bit of pasta water sort of separate in case it goes a bit dry. I can add a drop, but if it's not necessary, then we've got it right. It is looking incredible. Now, a little dab of butter, just goodness. I'm going to start whacking this with a bit of Parmesan cheese. Again, just richness and flavor, a bit of umami. There we go. Cool. There we go, the Kiri cheese is still melting away. We've just got this wonderful sort of coating consistency over the pasta, and it looks delicious. And this whole recipe took, really 10 minutes, 12 minutes tops, and that's it. We take this, and keep in mind this is kids' food, but it's kids' food that can also be enjoyed by big people that needs hugs. And there we go. Now, if you're an adult and it's a bit boring, I want something else, of course you can add black pepper and chili and chives and spring onion and a bit of this and that if you wanted to, but you know what, this is for kids, man. This is kids' food that adults have the pleasure of enjoying with them. And it's so simple. So, all you do is you grab this little guy, you go hide in the corner, you eat that wonderful cheesy pasta in this, and just, you know, life's good again. Doesn't matter what happens.